ooh, yeah, shampoo you.
I love that there's like no reason for the squash to be like Mexican, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, VeggieTales was on some other shit, dude.
Yeah, actually, I never thought about that.
Fun fact, most of the VeggieTale characters are fruits.
That's true. Like Bob the tomato.
Yeah, and Larry the Cucumber.
And Larry the cucumber. And Madame Blueberry.
All fruits. Except for that broccoli one.
I love that her dog was a melancholy. That was so funny.
Wait, what?
And Madame Blueberry.
Her dog was a melancholy?
Yeah, she was like singing a song about how she's so sad and stuff, and even her dog is a melancholy, and her dog is just a little melon.
Oh man, I don't remember. Yes. She's so blue, she don't know what to do.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy crap, the memories.
Yeah.
It's all flooding back.
It's weird. There's like so much just bizarre, lighthearted stuff like Silly Songs with Larry and the musical episodes mixed in with just like
Christ.
Yeah, Jesus and childhood trauma.
Did what is it? Larry Plunger? What was Larry's?
Larry Boy.
Larry
with
Boy.
The
Did Larry Boy have any Jesus theme, or was it Jesus?
No, Larry Boy was just fucking Larry Boy for no fucking. That was great. Larry Boy was Batman.
Awesome. Yeah, no,
except for better.
I love Larry Boy. He was my favorite.
And like he has like the like women's soul choir for his theme song. That was amazing.
I don't remember that one.
Wish I remember more VeggieTales.
Did you watch VeggieTales?
I had never watched VeggieTales.
Fucking loser.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of Mormon childhood?
I was more of a Sesame Street kind of gal.
A Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading like an article the other day actually for like Thomas the Tank Engine. You remember that show?
Yes, I do.
No.
So one of
You at
like
least know it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware of it.
so like
No,
one
what
of
is
like
that?
the hosts like on an NRA show like on the NRA channel like brought up the fact how Thomas the Tank Engine like now has a female character from Africa, and she was enraged. She was like, "These goddamn liberals are gonna burn down the country, starting for children. These stupid snowflake equality liberal
Because
pieces of
there's
shit."
a black
Wait, is
female train?
Yes,
Is
yes,
that going on right now?
yes,
The show's still going?
yes.
Oh my god!
Okay, but what about Arthur and the
We should put this on the podcast.
It is on the podcast. We're filming. I started.
You piece of shit! I didn't have the mic up.
I figured it out.
You'll add the intro and post. It's fine.
Yeah.
fine?
We can add the intro whenever we want. I don't care.
Like as soon as I said that, I looked. Hey, the timer's going. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm going. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
We found 2 more cucks and 2 off-screen cucks. Yeah. Come show them who you are. They got to see the audience. Come on. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Dustin.
Come on Papa's lap.
As is tradition.
That's not my fucking lap. Hello, I'm Dustin. He's watching. He wasn't actually a part of it, but they're here.
I am very
And then
bad.
We've
at
got
scheduling.
the beautiful, the fine, the lovely.
I'll sit on your lap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Daniel, right.
Hello, Daniel. It's lovely to be here.
my heart.
It's lovely to have you.
My ovaries.
Imploding as we speak.
Yeah.
I said have you.
ovaries too.
It's lovely to have you. You are mine now.
I mean, damn, I didn't know I was going to go off the market so soon.
Oh, I keep forgetting to give you the mic. This is actually harder than it looks.
This is probably the sanest and nicest person that you've dated, so I'm happy.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit. Well, all right.
None of them had a better beard either.
Dime.
Definitely not.
Wait till you
Definitely
feel the
not.
shit on your balls.
Really gets in there, just tickles the taint a little bit.
I'm sure I heard that line in a lot of porno films.
All right, well, this is a great start. Sorry, just checking levels and stuff. I'm going to be doing this every now and then where you see me just check everything, make sure it's all on. So
No.
I wanted to start things out. Have you guys heard of B-porn from Pornhub?
Bee porn?
No.
Okay.
Beat
sounds
porn or
great.
Porn.
beat porn?
B, like B-E-E.
Oh, so not like
Oh,
beat
bee.
poetry porn.
Bee.
No. So,
Is this animal abuse?
I'm gonna make sure I stay out of camera here. I'm definitely on
You can just play
Pornhub.
that blurry thing, you know.
All right.
Wait, is this the B movie?
I'm sure lots of that will.
I'm sure lots of that will show up, but that is not.
I feel like with how the internet treats the B movie, you'll probably use lots of porn of it.
Whoa.
Okay, so there is all sorts of shit going on here.
Oh, there
I'll
are
show you
bees
guys, so-
pollinating.
So they actually did a donation.
Oh,
Pornhub is doing a donation to like help bees and stuff like that, or like bee farmers make it so that they can keep more bees alive. I don't
so
know
why
how it
is
does it.
Pornhub the consistent savior of the world when nobody
I
else
don't
will
know.
step
It's fucking
up?
awesome,
Like
right? It's
Pornhub
amazing.
and Cards Against Humanity save the world.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. So for every view, they donate like they say they donate to it. They never specified what.
That's
Maybe
fabulous.
They did somewhere.
I'm-
I just didn't see it. So these are the videos. So right now we're donating,
Great.
and I'll try and you guys can try and get it.
Oh, those are some sexy little bees.
I'm home, darling.
Oh, honey, you're early.
Yes, Queen Bee gave me the afternoon. Who is that?
Oh, that's just our neighbor, Mr. Bumbledick. Stop by for some sugar.
Bumble dick.
Why is he naked?
Oh, bees are always naked, silly. Besides, whose hole has the best sugar in the garden?
Yours, my sweet. Is there room in that hole of yours?
Always.
Which hole would you prefer, Mr. Bumbledick? Oh, I'm easy.
Not as easy as that.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You even got the sexy sax.
I gotta say, when you said bee porn, I was predicting a totally different thing.
I also was just
It's like-
picturing people
it's
dressed
like-
up as bees.
That's what I was thinking. Like, they
I
were
know.
No,
creating.
it's like it's even better somehow.
No, this seems more in line with Pornhub as an entity.
Yeah, their April Fool's stuff is great. I love
Dude,
it. The
Pornhub.
Oh, yeah.
Pornhub was great.
Then they sent that thing that would like show up, pull up an image saying "sending to contacts." or
Yes.
whatever.
Well, I think
or
it was
like
shared on
posting to
Facebook.
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
They're great. I love them.
What was their one this year?
What was their one this year?
I don't
know.
remember.
Maybe they decided to take a break,
No.
or maybe the April Fool's joke is they didn't do one publicly and they did a small one, so nobody thinks there's an April Fool's joke, but there actually was, and that's the April Fool's joke.
Spooky.
Complicated.
I got nothing.
It's spooky.
I still can't just stop thinking about the alternate bee porn that probably exists out there somewhere. Where,
Probably.
like, some lady is just kind of like lying down, like spread eagle. It's like, honey, go get that hive from the backyard. It just slam it right into me. I want to feel some stingers on my back wall right now.
Oh God. Oh.
It sounds like you could direct it.
You got a vision. You got to follow it.
Yeah, man. Hey, wait, you're a writer.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. We had a good startup, but the bees just got out of hand. They got all
say,
the
yeah.
Using a
bees.
picture of bees.
As a professional pornographer and your partner, I am appalled. Let's do this.
So, this is Haley. And
It's
this
me.
is
I am.
her man, sadly.
It's very sad.
Apologize to me.
No, I kind of figured I fit right on like the Cuck podcast. Like, truth be told, I didn't know what a cuck was, so I searched it on Bing the other day. And I gotta say, like, man, it's just an angry, violent world out there.
Yeah, no, cucks all
is.
over the place. Yeah, we just decided, we're pretty cucky. Why not? No, actually, the term was actually a friend of mine who I worked with. Me and him were going to do the podcast together, and he came up with it, and I really liked it. And he didn't want to do it because it seemed like he was a little hesitant, like maybe of who was watching the podcast.
I see.
Yes, and so I was like, I would like to be a little bit more able to just talk about jizz and stuff, without
That's
worrying
fair.
about
And
parents.
we do.
That's
we do
fair.
talk about jizz.
I'm really hoping that my parents don't get a hold of this, but if they do, hi, Mom.
Yeah, I don't like. What was it? You who was telling me on Facebook you can like
you can-
block stuff
you
or certain
can-
people.
Edit who you share stuff to.
You can.
Doesn't mean they won't find it.
Yeah.
No. Like, I'm pretty sure my mom still sees it just because you haven't blocked her.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. About that.
It's
I don't-
fine.
I just went and told my mom that it's extremely offensive and she shouldn't watch it, and she said thank you.
I mean, hopefully they'll just be like, this is an hour long. I don't have time for this.
I think that's what most people do.
That's fair.
Yes. But yeah, so how do we know each other? I was gonna say we need to tell everyone how we know each other.
You are friends with Jaron. You came over to his house to
Many
lend
times.
Jordan a guitar, and you played a song that made me weep violently. That was about the death of a loved one.
Oh yes.
And I was like, that made me feel really sad, and you seem really sad.
Yeah, I guess that would be like the first time that we like actually
Yeah.
officially interacted. I actually saw you at a bunch of parties and stuff like that when I was dating Mercedes, but I don't think I said
Oh, that makes
a word
sense.
to
I
you.
did know of you, but I didn't put two and two together. I really avoided Mercedes because I just fiercely
Smart.
hated her from start to finish.
Yeah, it's smart. She didn't like you either.
That's just fine.
It was equal, which is good.
Oh
Yeah.
well.
I don't have a Mercedes. I have a Chrysler that I wish I liked a little bit less.
Proud of you. So, and then this is Greg. I officially met you last party, and that was it.
At
Birthday party.
At my birthday party.
Your
Birthday bash.
party,
Yeah,
which
my-
was a blast.
It was very fun.
As usual, we normally just play music and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play some games.
Yeah, play music and draw dirty pictures.
Oh yeah, we played that.
I know
Actually-
exactly what this is.
I really
Egg.
did miss a good time.
Yeah, that actually was-
Eating a lot of
you
sand
not
and
go,
throwing
Dustin?
up.
I was invited, but
Shit happens.
girlfriend, you know.
Still
Extra.
love
Now
you.
single.
Still love you even though you didn't come to my birthday and it hurt my feelings forever.
I'll come to the next.
I'm gonna turn 27 next year, so let's hope we get there.
I'm 31. You'll get there, trust me.
I don't know, man. There's that 27 club. I'm pretty sure I've had a white lighter at some point in my life.
White lighter?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, you
And-
don't know?
Oh, shit.
The 27
How
club,
could you not know?
is this a real thing? You really don't know?
I have no idea what you're
Okay,
talking
so like a bunch of famous celebrities have died at/before 27, and they all
Janis
Kurt
Joplin.
Cobain, Amy Winehouse,
about. Oh shit.
and they all seem to have been in possession of a white lighter, so that's why stoners are always freaking out about the white
I've
lighter.
not heard of that at all.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm 27. I'm glad you told me. I could have just bought a white lighter
And then
died
you would
right
be
there.
dead.
As soon as you buy it.
So-
I buy
Duh,
the
the real
lighter, plane
moral of
crashes
this
into the
story
gas
is-
station.
Don't smoke.
You buy like a graphic lighter and you take off like the sticker outside and you're like, oh fuck.
Why'd I do that?
A graphic lighter?
Like one of those like lighters
They
like
have
the
a
bitch
print.
with, like the prints on the outside that's like a cellophane like
Man, I'm dumb.
around it.
I don't know what we're talking.
Weed, man.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
No,
The
you
light is
save
like the
yourself by
designs on the
not
outside instead of just
smoking.
like a straight color.
Oh, like they etched it inside.
Oh.
Or
No,
No, drugs are bad and illegal. We don't
illegal?
do
the
them.
legal.
Yeah, they're
Illegal.
illegal.
They're illegal and should
They're-
be deleted.
Don't do it.
It's
Is
illegal.
the thing.
It's in the car.
So, Hayden had a question he wanted to ask you guys.
Oh, yes. So it's story time. What is the most drunk thing you've ever done?
Oh, that is a hard question.
Dustin over here.
Daniel, what is the most drunk thing? What's the most drunk thing you've ever done?
The most drunk thing or the most dumb drunk thing?
I think everyone should share this story. I'll let you
I
guys
would
come
also
take my
like to
spot.
hear
Mine is
your
long.
guys's.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll swap spots.
man.
But when one's gone, you guys can come in. And yeah, you're gonna be on the podcast now, I guess. Well, you
All of
already
my
were. You were
memories
on my
have
lap.
like simultaneously left and just like flooded into my mind. Like I'm very overwhelmed with my choices here.
You seem pretty calm about this. Do you know?
What you see on the surface is a nice gentle breeze, but on the inside is this combusting, internalized, angry storm.
Remembering all the drunkenness.
Are you just telling me this, or does this have to do with your drunk story?
I'm also
No, it doesn't have to do with my drunk story at all.
Hey, quick, quick, quick.
Oh shit! Yeah.
What is the most drunk
Gotta turn my phone back to the clock. We're already 15 minutes in. All right. Hayden, do you have your ultimate drunk story?
I was always like the super responsible drunk.
There's gotta be a time that you got so fucked up, though.
Blackout. Was
Mine was definitely with Cody. One time we had a half a handle of vodka, and we each drank the rest of it, just from the half all the way down.
Yeah.
Was at that time I was like trying to get you guys like into bed and get you fed?
Yeah, so we jammed, or not we jammed, but we didn't jam yet. We chugged it at my apartment, and then we had a storage unit with our gear and stuff in it, so we walked there and jammed, and as we were going, like, vodka, it's got that delay. Halfway there, I was like, whoa. And then we started jamming, and then I couldn't play fast. It was impossible. I would be like, okay, we're going too slow. Like, I would even tap the tempo and then just be like, God damn it, play fast! For some reason I couldn't play fast. So we gave up on that real quick, and then when we got home, it really kicked in, and we immediately went to the bathroom each and just vomited our brains out.
We had 2 bathrooms. One was ours because we were roommates at the time, and then one was our other roommates.
Yeah.
And when I got home, both of you were in both bathrooms, just laying on the tubs.
Yeah, he kept trying to give me bread, and I was just like trying to put it in my mouth. Like, oh, it's gross.
And neither of you would eat the bread, and neither would you get out of the bathroom.
I did take a shower though, but it was the only time I ever blacked out in my entire life, and I don't remember what happened, but I think turning on the shower woke me up because I immediately was like, oh my God, it's cold. And that was easily
Naked
the
and
darkest I've
afraid.
ever been. Yeah, naked and afraid.
I understand that.
I'd probably say like the most recent time I got really, really dumb drunk was when I was last living in Salt Lake City, and I was like living in the Avenues. I decided to throw a party, invite some friends over, and it was right after I took like a very long hiatus from drinking, and so I drank like 4 or 5 beers, and I was just like, oh, this feels fun. I forgot about this, and continue drinking. Long story short, I tried to make food for everybody, and it didn't really turn out well, and just ended up all over the floor.
Oh.
And
Ended up on the floor.
Yeah, what?
I think I was like carrying like a tray. It was like a tray of rice or something. It just fell on the floor, and I was just stood there and went, oh, "Fuck, I not make
A
food
tray
anymore."
of rice?
Yes.
I don't know too many people who make a tray of rice.
I also.
Like in hindsight, like it's beyond me. And so
Did you pour the rice on the tray, or did you like
I poured
make rice on a tray?
I made rice, and I was gonna put it on a tray, and I was gonna put God knows what on it because I had nothing in the fridge. So I think I was just my drunk ass was gonna put ketchup or shit on top of it, and it fell on the floor, and I just kind of murmured. I was like, "Look, fucking rice! I didn't." Not gonna cook anymore. And
I
so
can
like
totally see drunk you talking through your front teeth like
and
crazy.
so and like I remember like Troy, my roommate, then was just like, let's go have a cigarette. I was like, no, fine, I'm gonna go have a cigarette. Like, I feel good tonight. I look great. And so
One second, let me reset the cameras.
and so after I dumped like the tray of rice on the ground, roommate scoops me up, takes me outside to have a cigarette. I reluctantly agree. Yeah, just in his arms. It's like, I'm gonna save you. I'm Troy.
Were you on the ground with the rice?
No.
So
So
playing in the rice.
so where I lived in the Avenues was like 2 blocks kitty corner from the governor's mansion. And I took one long drag of my cigarette and just started yelling at the top of my lungs. This was like 2 a.m, and I was like yelling in a Chicago accent for whatever reason. I was like, Herbert, you son of a bitch! I swear to God, you fucking suck! You're no good for the state! God damn it, come out here! And it didn't click until somebody told me the governor doesn't stay or sleep in the governor's mansion.
Oh,
But I was
dang.
just yelling in the direction of it and probably waking up everybody in like a 2 or
He at
3
least
block
has a
radius.
butler there.
Yeah.
He was just like,
And so I'm just like, yeah, yelling like nonsensical issues. It's like, you're a piece of shit for the state. I swear to God, if I see you on the street, I'm gonna headbutt you and punch you in the tit. And just saying all that, just like yelling, and my roommate's like trying to hush. He's like, yeah, that's pretty quiet. Like, no, I'm tired of this shit. And I just kind of stumbled inside. I was like enraged, and I was like, I'm gonna guys watch a movie and fucking pissed off. I ended up watching Face Off, and I passed out halfway through on the floor.
I fucking love that movie.
I know, it's so great.
Right? Everybody claims it's like this stupid campy movie that sucks. I'm like, fuck you, it's amazing.
Yeah, what other... Yeah,
It's
what...
an incredible movie.
What other movie do they take a
Cage
face
with golden
off?
Ballers.
Yeah, dude, it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
badass.
I've never seen
I also
Face
have
Off.
never
Yeah.
seen
You never seen it?
I'm very entertained though.
Isn't cheesy.
Yeah, that's it. Only people who've seen Face Off in this podcast get the
Okay,
Oh.
fine. Don't want to be
That'll
on
be
your
our new
podcast
requirement.
anyway.
When somebody asked to be on the show, I was like, have you seen Face Off?
It's the
Or
new
we'll
bar.
do like an application process. Then it's literally just watch Face Off. Did you make it through? No. Walk off.
Bye.
Sorry, you are right for this position.
But yeah, I had...
Sorry.
That's
We
that.
go on tangents. We're
Yeah.
AD as fuck. AD?
ADD. Okay.
Too ADD.
Words.
Finish that.
Letters.
Okay, continue.
But yeah, I just had a kind of like a few scatter experiences like that. I don't really get blackout drunk too much anymore. I have like a shitload of stories from my early 20s of, you know, getting like pissed drunk. Like I told Haley like a story the other day when I went to go visit a friend down in Florida I went to high school with. It was bizarre because it was the first time I ever drank hard liquor like in mass. First time I ever smoked weed.
This is
And also the first time I
strange.
ever accidentally took ecstasy and acid because someone spiked one of the liquor bottles at a party we went to.
Oh God.
That's a lot of things to take in.
Yeah,
mass at
that's
once.
Ooh, that's
that's
Oh.
genuinely horrifying.
So how awesome would it be if they did let you take those things in?
Oh,
mass?
20 year yeah,
I would go to church every day.
19-year-old Gray was the belle of the ball down at this house where only one
God.
person knew him.
Yeah, in mass, like after every speech, everybody has to like just fucking chug.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Apparently
This is
there's
the
like
best church.
apparently there's like a lot of local like hip hop like crews that were at this party that was being really chummy to and being like, I love you, dude. I don't even know you. You want a back rub right now? And then they're like, and like they're very like nice about it, like, nah, we cool. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I remember at one point, I guess I like walked in, like my friend and like his then girlfriend were getting down on a bed in like some bedroom, and I walked in on the bedroom, just swung the door wide open like saloon style, and they just like startled, and I just like walked right in front of the bed and like looked at them and just face planted right on the bed between them. And my friend Sam was like, Greg, what the fuck are you doing? And I just replied, I can't move right now. Help. And they didn't help. Well, they dragged me up on the bed a little bit more, and then they left to go puke in the bathroom at the same time. And apparently, like at this house, and so I passed out, and apparently I
Were they
puked.
holding hands?
Yeah.
Are they still together today?
I think like yeah, I think they were holding hands across the bathroom. One was in the sink and one was in the bathtub, just like puking. And apparently, like I puked like a circle around the bed, like this like rosary circle of puke around this dude's bed. I didn't know, and just passed out right
Improv
in it.
seance salts.
Yeah,
That's
Make a
that is
circle.
gross.
and I think I think I fixed the problem and kind of like, you know, fixed my image the next morning just by putting paper towels on top of it and then leaving.
He tried.
Yeah.
That reminded me of one time Hayden and I were heavily under the influence, and he was laying face down in a bed, and I said something that made him laugh, and his ass
God.
jiggled so much, and it made me lose my shit. He laughed face down, and I saw his ass wiggle, and I was just lost my shit for like a solid 10 minutes.
That's
Well, that was one of those
awesome.
horrible things where you were laughing, so I kept laughing. So ass kept jiggling, so you kept laughing.
Feedback
It was
loop.
just a terrible cycle.
Yeah, you were like, what? See your ass.
Do the chuckle shuffle.
Shuffle with your ass cheeks, boy.
That should be a t-shirt for sure. Haley,
can
do
get
you
on
remember
those.
your drunk story?
So for the most part, if I'm like drinking a lot, I mostly participate in normal drunk things, being more pumped about things than I normally would, or crying if there's something wrong in my life that I've bottled up. But I guess recently, like the first time that Greg came to my house to hang out specifically, I had everybody over.
His face.
And I made the first half of the night was great. We did some shots together because we were waiting for our other friends, Lee and Nate, to get to my house. and we were doing shots because we were nervous. And I was making dinner, and everything went great. And then at some point in the night, I guess I blacked out. I thought we were all just having a great time. And we were. My roommate let me know that there was no, like, weird stuff or, like, anybody having a bad time. Just everybody was acting a little fucking weird. So I woke up with this massive bruise on my knee. Like, the whole thing. Just, like, black and blue and red. And I was like, what the fuck? And I, like, have hangover anxiety. I'm like, oh, God, what happened? We go to Lee's house to go check on her and Nate. And I'm like, what happened? And she's like, oh, we wrestled. And I don't know. I went home and my roommate Greg was like, yeah, you and your wife wrestled. She was like holding on to your leg for something and you were dragging her. And then you were wrestling and she like pulled you down on your knee really hard. But you won. You guys weren't unhappy. You were just wrestling. I was like, well, okay.
A friendly wrestle between friends.
Which is like me and Lee don't wrestle. That's not like a thing that's normal. Also, too, we make fun of Lee's boyfriend and like Greg for like getting drunk and play fighting with their group of friends. They like fight with staffs and like pretend to have fantasy battles and wrestle and stuff. And that's how her boyfriend broke his foot. So we always make fun of them for that. So that was a very strange revelation.
So she just fucks people up. Well, apparently you won.
Yeah, apparently I won. But that's not fair. She's like 4'10". Like
she's a tiny
she's
human being.
teeny. That's not fair.
What were you guys drinking?
Well, we drank some shots of vodka at the beginning of the night. We drank some wine, and then my roommate at some point, Jeff, came out with his Jack Daniels. So I guess we all drank that as well.
Normally what we do when somebody's drunk on a particular thing is we just replace the first letters of whatever they drank in their name. But it sounds like you would have too many letters.
Yeah, no, we can't do that.
It would be Bailey and V, or on vodka.
Whaley.
Were you on wine?
Yeah, we did wine and Jack Daniels whiskey. Like, it was a lot. And apparently that equates to wrestling my wife for no like reason. Like, we weren't mad at each other. I guess she was just holding onto my leg while I was walking, and I was like, all right, bitch, let's fight.
Did you ever do that to your parents when you were a kid? Just like,
yeah, I used to hold on to my
drunk, but like,
yeah, well, little kids
into
are
like a miniature drunken rage and attack your dad.
Little kids act drunk as shit all the time.
Yeah, that's actually true.
But yeah, there were definitely times where I would hold onto my dad's leg and make him walk around and like tow me around, and I thought it was funny, and he'd do it, but like obviously he's tired. And then in hindsight, I'm like, God, dragging a kid around is exhausting. Like, well done.
It's so interesting because kids, it seems like they haven't refined their emotions enough. So like, if something is fun, it is also funny, no matter how like what kind of level of fun. And like nowadays, if you're having fun, you're just like, man, I'm having fun. Can you imagine if we still just laughed hysterically whenever we had fun? Like you're just hanging out with some friends and all of a sudden just like
sometimes manic episodes are like that. I learned to control that in adulthood, but I definitely like during manic episodes was like that, like in school, and then I was that weird girl that laughed too much.
I did that to my mom once. She was trying to say family prayer because we're from an LDS.
Oh God.
Every time I just went beep. Every time she tried to start the prayer, she'd be like, dude, beep. And I kept doing it, and eventually she lost her shit, and I lost my shit for like 10 minutes.
Like a voicemail beep.
That's awesome.
Dear Heavenly beep.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get like chewed out. That's good.
Oh yeah, no, she thought it was hilarious. Dad always got annoyed at me and my mom because we both would get kind of goofy doing stuff
funny.
like that, and he'd be like, "Come on!"
Tired of being Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I'm so hungry, please.
Gosh darn it, Hank.
I want to fucking eat. Only religiously.
Yes, I would like some hecking food.
Oh, actually, there are a few times my dad has sworn, and it's great. Like one time, we shared the same bathroom. Like it was like this big old joint bathroom for 2 different bedrooms. And one time, I got up in the middle of the night. And man, I shit something fierce.
That's great.
It was watery. It was crazy.
Oh, great. Love the visuals. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a real bowl painter there.
Oh, yeah. Real bowl painter. Hardly any white left. But so after I was done, I went to bed and I took me It's just the awkward sideways laugh that you just this is funny. But yeah, so I went back to bed, and then it took me a second to fall asleep, and then the lights turned on in there, and then I just hear my dad like, "Holy shit!" That was like one of the first times I heard him swear, and I laughed my ass off. It was great. He's only sworn a few times.
I remember one time that I heard my dad swear, and like not at like us or anything. Me and my dad were playing World of Warcraft, and we were playing a battleground together. And it was when the Death Knights had come out, and they were way OP. And my dad at some point was just raging out about the Death Knights being dickheads, and I was just like, I know I'm not supposed to tell anyone about this, but this is great.
It's always it's always weird when somebody loses their shit like that. Like, I don't know if you've had a friend get really angry next to you about something that seems kind of minuscule to you, and you're just like,
yes, I have
this is golden, but also I'm very awkward. I don't know how to handle it.
You can't like match that energy, so it's like, I hope you don't look to me like to hype you up or anything, because I can't feel this way.
Especially when we play video games together and like the game's going really well for you, but
yeah,
your friend's not having a great time, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" And you're like, "Oh, that's so annoying, dude."
Terrible. Yeah.
I fucking love when dads like curse, like LDS dads, because it sounds like so forced and unnatural. They all sound like a bunch of amateur like improv actors that not knowing their lines, like they'll just look around and be like, shit, like all of a sudden, and like as if they're doing it on purpose. It's like, yeah, Lord, I sinned. I'm not perfect.
Yeah. Jesus, did you hear that? Shit. Shit. And it's always, I think what makes it the most awkward is there's confidence halfway through, but not at the beginning. Just really emphasize the last part. Yeah, like, fuck.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
When my dad called those Death Knights dickheads, it definitely sounded like that had been his internal monologue for all of time.
Sometimes it's too good. You're like, bitch, you've been lying. You got a pass.
You're too good at that.
No, that's the truth.
Yeah. That was confident as shit. Oh boy.
Dad's at computer games. I think I was like playing my dad in Command and Conquer like a long time ago, like when I was 10 years old, and I just knew the quickest way to like build like a atom bomb and just nuke his whole entire base when he was like still prepping and like putting like shit like soldiers in rows or whatever, like that does anything for an online game, and I just like nuked everything. And I just heard him say like out loud in his office at like a medium volume, "What the hell are you doing, Gregory?"
Did your dad have like a oh shit thing that he would do where like you would realize like, oh fuck, I might be in trouble? Like, did he kind of ever like announce that there was anger coming your way?
He would always stomp around and breathe out of his nostrils really loud, especially like fucking with the thermostat, like classic like dad trigger.
Lights. My dad would get so pissed about the lights. Like, he would walk into a room and his thing, he does that all the time. And he would walk into a room that had the lights on it on when nobody was in there, and he'd be like, "Lights are on? Gosh!" And then, like, you know that he was just looking for the next person he sees to get mad at.
First line of sight.
So you like start looking for your siblings, like, okay, I need to get in the room past them calmly. Nothing wrong here. You shouldn't be running. Just get
Go to the kitchen.
I think Dad called for you.
Or just like him like stating loudly or like requesting loudly to my mom like where my whereabouts, like it's like, where is Greg right now? Like that's how you kind of knew like you're in the shit. Like, you know, like I hacked into his computer like to install EverQuest because he had a better graphics card than my computer did, and it was like back like when you could do like anything on Windows 95 and there was no security whatsoever. Like he had this like shitty third-party password program that I could just Control Alt Delete out of and just close it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
And I just like install EverQuest. I was like, yeah, these graphics are fucking sick. Like these like little fucking blobs. And I was like, yeah. I forgot to uninstall it like the next morning. And so of course he saw the icon on his desktop and was probably like, shit. And
I knew nothing about computers and stuff when I was younger, like at all. And one time I got Good vs. Evil 2 and I downloaded it, and it was of course running at like maybe like 2 frames. it was upsetting. It was really bad. I was like, wow, this game fucking sucks. And then I never played it again. I was like, who designed this shit?
Like
it's terrible. It's like barely even works.
It's like turning pages in a book. It sucks.
I was like, what the fuck? So I never played it again, thinking it was just a shit game.
Yeah, no, our first computer could barely run Flash games, which is all I could play on there.
Dude, Sonic, we had a Flash game of Sonic, and I fucking love that shit. That was fun.
That's rad.
I was like, do you guys ever play like King's Quest or like Space Quest?
I don't
Never
think so.
heard of it.
No.
It's like one of those like point and click adventure games where you could just like feel, see, smell, like you could like go through like the basic senses of like any object in the room and basically complete puzzles. But that's what I do for, I don't know. I would always play quest games and adventure games like that when I was younger, even like to an extent of watching my family get attacked by yellow jackets in our house and me not moving at all.
Like, yeah, it was good. Whatever. Wait, how did Yellow Jackets get in your house?
My mom was like outside and she was just like raking leaves and she came across like a yellow jacket hole and somehow and so like my mom ran inside and like my older brother ran inside and they were just cursing and there was like bzzz, like around like my head and so I just like slapped it like against my head. I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And my mom was like, Greg, get in your room right now. I was like, oh shit. And so I got up and there was like all these yellow jackets like around my head. So like I just like before leaving the room, I kind of like bent over and just like save game, and I just like ran down the hall. And my brother Tony's room was like on the way. And for whatever reason, like I don't know if I did it on purpose just to fuck with them, but like in hindsight, it seems like something I would do. I just swung the door to his room wide open because he had no clue any of this was going on. So I pulled a yellow jacket train on him.
Like you're going there.
Like he was like, hey, Greg. Yeah, he's like, hey Greg, is everything all right? Like, oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, what? So he takes off. He goes the opposite direction. He just runs out the front door of the house and just runs down the street.
One time my brother, so I have an adopted brother. Oh, let me reset this real quick.
Kind of reminds me of like Ruby sounds and stuff from Zelda. Yeah. Didn't even have to look at the color anymore after a while because you just knew the tone of the movie. You're like, fuck
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a red.
Yeah.
That's a red for sure.
I need to look. So I have an adopted brother, but he's 3 weeks older than me. It was really weird. My mom was coming out of the hospital almost 9 months pregnant with a newborn baby in her arms.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But so me and him were basically twins growing up, and we had so many stupid stories where we hurt each other and everything. But this one wasn't really us hurting each other, but it was great. When we were 8, we found a yellow jacket on its back on the carpet, just laying there, and it looked like it was pretty dead, but it was kind of flinching a little bit. Which, by the way, when their wings don't work, they don't really understand what's going on. And sometimes you'll see them flap, and they'll, like, flip all over the place. And all they're trying to do is flap. And can you imagine from the mental's perspective of that bug? They're like, okay, I'm going to flap. Whoa! God damn it! What the fuck? What was that?
Loss of control.
Jesus, okay, well, let's just try and fly again. Must have been a gust. Oh, my God! The perspective. Anyways, so
I'm gonna need a gif of that later.
Wait, you say GIF?
Yeah.
Oh,
We have to have
now
this
we're in this
argument. No,
argument
we're
now.
gonna put this argument on hold.
let's move past it.
Yeah.
All right.
We gotta set our.
I still love and respect you.
We just have to
Kind
move
of.
past
I
this.
still love and respect.
It's fine. This is fine.
I will allow your existence.
I mean, yeah.
Does that sound good? We can live with that.
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean, yeah, one of the biggest internet like controversies ever. I mean, it's like Palestine and Israel.
No, I
GIF
shouldn't
or
have
GIF.
done it. I shouldn't have done it.
We're gonna move past it. We can still maybe
We can salvage this podcast. We just have to move
Civil
on.
disagreements happen.
This is where everybody
But
starts
fuck you
clicking off
guys.
the video. Oh, she's a jiffer. Fuck that.
I respected your rights as a human being until now, Hayden.
I'll play in the shitstorm with another shitstorm. Is it data or data?
I hate that shit.
I'm less enthusiastic about that one.
We need to move on.
I'm really pissing off the cucks now.
I'm over this podcast. I hate this podcast.
Okay. That's gay. So this yellow jacket's dead. Well, it's not dead yet. It's doing that flap.
Dying.
And so me and my brother were 8 years old, and we're just like huddled next to each other, like, "Do you think it's dead?" And my brother Landon's like, and it's on its back, and he literally stung himself right in the hand. And he just flew back and started screaming, "Oh my god!" And I've not been stung by a yellow jacket, but I hear it's worse than a bee. And I'm assuming like Jesus style on your hand isn't fun.
Yeah, that seems bad.
Yeah. It was not the
Like,
smartest.
even if you're like mildly allergic to them, like I got stung by a wasp like changing my curtains like 4 or 5 months ago, and just the adrenaline alone, I was like, and like Winston got stung too, and like Winston was like running around in circles, like tearing his animals apart for like 20 minutes.
My brother is extremely allergic. Like his arm, it looked like he had elephantitis. His arm was huge.
Yeah.
And I had never been stung before. I got stung by a black hornet.
Those are bad.
But the worst part is I was going 30 miles an hour on my
Oh,
board.
yeah.
No.
Remember this? We thought you were going to die.
Yeah, no, I had no idea if I was as allergic as him because it stung me on the neck. I'm riding my bike and I just see this thing fly in, and like, I swear I saw it in slow motion. It looked like it was flying normal, and then it was like, oh shit, I'm going to hit this guy. I'm going to die. And it started swinging its ass forward. Yeah, exactly. And right in the neck. And it hurt so bad, like my whole neck cramped up. And I'm riding my bike like this, like, oh, god damn it!
God.
And so luckily I was really close to where I was living at that time. I was only like a minute away, so I like went back and I was like, help me, what do I take? I don't know if I'm allergic. I don't know if this is going to suffocate me. I started freaking out. Luckily, nothing happened. I was totally fine. Not even slightly allergic.
That's very good. I'm very glad you didn't die on your fucking bike.
Yeah, that fucking little bastard got me good.
Like, all of his wasp friends were probably like, holy shit, did you see Gary? He almost took down a whole walker.
Fucking legend.
Gary, man. That guy was going like 40 miles an hour and he just stung him.
Doesn't care.
Yeah. Fucking Gary's witnessed.
I wonder if speed's another thing that like a hornet would understand. Like, what is a fast moving person
I
on a
don't
bike?
feel like hornets have fully developed thoughts. Like, they probably just have instincts and
It'd be like
general
if we saw
concepts.
like an alien doing some unseen thing before him, and that's why he stuck his butt out. He's like, what the fuck is that?
If I've learned anything from the internet, it's that if aliens make contact with us, as the internet says, somebody's gonna try to fuck an alien.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I mean,
We just like start,
no, you.
started, like,
No, it's.
Can we start a Facebook group?
I feel like I feel like with aliens, it's the same thing as the clone complex. You either fight or fuck.
What, with your clone?
Yeah.
Why would the fight? I wouldn't fight.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to fight my clone.
I don't think those are my only two options.
to see who's the better version, the stronger version.
You want to fight
I'm
yourself?
a pretty passive person. I'd probably just be like, dude, you know, that's cool, man. Like, let's hang out. Actually, I would make him help me edit stuff.
Yeah, I was just saying, you could do like on and off days.
Welcome to your existence. This is what we do.
You're my editor.
Probably wouldn't physically fight, just epic troll each other and just piss each other off.
I would marry my clone.
Oh.
I would like work half or like have him go to some days of work and I'll go to the others and stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. Have on and off days.
Yeah.
Like you X Tuesdays,
like,
I get Wednesdays.
We could work together. Like we could really kick life in the ass.
You could.
Yeah.
I don't know, pull some like stage
corners we can cut, man.
I mean, I know you weren't talking about mowing, but mowing would be so much faster.
Tandem mowing.
It would be be a lot quicker.
You ever have to take a day off? You just be like, oh, I'm sick. You go in today.
Well, I mean, that would be a sign of a rough point in your guys' relationship if you're telling the guy who's subbing for you that you're sick. I'm sick. Can you take today? He's like, you're not sick. You're fucking lying to me.
I know how we get when we're sick. You're not sick.
I think I would just like I think I'd have a good time fucking with my friends. Like if my friends didn't know I had a clone, because I'd pull some like straight up like weird glitch in the matrix shit on them and just like walk up to them and be like, hey, you need to wake up right now. You're asleep, bro. And then like they turn around and like my clone comes out of the room behind them. It's like, I said, wake up. Like just that.
You know those scenes in the scary movies when like the kids like pull those tricks on the people, like, ooh, he ran behind this door, and they're like, oh, they go check the door, and then all of a sudden the kid runs from the closet behind them.
Yeah, it's
How
like,
did you get over there?
Yeah, it's like this like campy like Scooby Doo montage of just like people running in and out of doors.
You could run one of those door scenes.
Yeah,
they go in this door and come out this door. Dude, there's so many cool things you could do with clones. Why do we have to fight?
That would break my brain.
Yeah, we could be the parent trap. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents aren't divorcing, though.
Oh, good.
My parents are already divorced. But I
Same.
still want to do the hijinks. Like, fucking Chris Angel could eat shit.
You could have saved your parents' relationship.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just need a clone. Thanks, Disney. Did Disney do that?
I would assume so.
Maybe.
They did the one with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh,
They did the original one, too.
the original one's better.
Is it
Still
though?
not that good, though.
Is it?
It's better, but still not that great of a movie.
We have the same birthday. You have the same face.
Another Hornet story I have is. Okay, we can move on
She
to
is
something else.
done with horror stories, apparently.
Damn, girl.
I was just very displeased with the existence of hornets and wasps.
They suck.
They do.
Oh, they do suck, and you don't even know like their prime motive, like how you were saying earlier. You don't know like why he exactly stung you like that. I used to have a hornet trap, like one of those sticky traps out in the backyard, because we get a shitload of them like this time of year.
Okay.
And there would be hornets that would get attached to it, and other hornets would get attached on top of them, as if like it's like. And I want to think like they're either trying to go and save their buddy, or it's like, oh, like look at this little dickhead who's like pinned down. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him, and then they get stuck. They're like, fuck.
Oh, shit.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it from their perspective, they're fucking like badasses, technically. Like,
No, they're
could you-
assholes.
No, could you imagine if there was like something that was like 150 times your size, and you're just like, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Having
I wouldn't do
your
that.
confidence to go up and stab it.
Yeah, like, if a giant was moving on a bullet bike at 40 miles an hour, I wouldn't go head on with a fucking
Cannonball that
Fine,
shit.
they have gained my respect
Yeah, with
and
like
my fear.
just like old medieval times with a javelin. Yeah, gotcha.
This like long-standing feud between two hornets, and like one hornet's down on the ground. He's like, well, looks like the tables have turned, and then just like legs get stuck. He's like, fuck, and then
Just stuck together for eternity now.
Yeah.
So with my dad though, we were in the truck, and he just basically starts doing a crazy dance, and it's just like starts yelling, and he's just going like and I'm sitting in the passenger seat like, oh my god, a demon's got him. It's a demon. The real mama's right.
yeah,
Okay, I should go to church again.
he's either receiving demons or getting rid of them.
And and then apparently somehow a hornet or a yellow jacket got stuck in his shirt and just panicked and stuck him like seriously 10 times on his back.
Oh,
Yeah, it
God.
was really
Oh, no.
bad. We took off his shirt and he was fucked up. It was just like, and it was totally one of those where it's like, is it bad? Oh, Dad, this is great. Are you're 20 again? Like, right? You've been working out.
Like, connect the dots with all the stings on his back. Yeah, you're doing great.
Do you do that with your freckles? Like your weird random freckles?
I do with a couple of them because they kind of look like Orion's belt right here.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, when I'm bored at work sometimes and I'm like just really not in the mood to do anything, I keep doing that and then just also include drawing on my arm with freckles because I've got a few just tiny spots and I'll see if I can draw a picture or see what it comes out. Most of the time it's a blob.
Fantastic.
In amorphous shape.
Do you do any of that?
No, white culture is so rich and mysterious.
You gotta do something.
I don't
weird.
have any freckles.
Well, Everybody's got a few spots. Like,
I've got some random moles, but they're not like they don't connect.
Like, are those freckles?
Yeah, I call those freckles.
Sweet. I got freckles, bitch.
Bye, bitch. Just gonna go get some henna. We'll see who has freckles now.
You gonna get some henna?
Yeah.
Oh,
then I'll get myself.
Henna.
Yes. What are this?
Let's go get some henna. I was like, what the hell's henna?
Why did you tattoo these dots on yourself? No, these are freckles.
Yeah, you broke me for a half second. I was just like, henna?
Sorry. Sorry, Brett. Didn't mean to trigger you.
Wait.
So confused. Do you mean hentai?
No, I definitely.
Just wait till I get back here with my hentai.
That's some good parenting
That's
right there.
wow.
Oh god.
That's a lot.
Okay, well, wait. So, what's your drunk story?
Oh. Like I said, I'm kind of the responsible drunk, so I don't have too many crazy drunk stories.
Next.
That
Probably
means you got
the
really
drunkest
one awesome
or
one.
the dumbest drunkest thing I did was like years ago. Got super drunk and then hooked up with my last girlfriend, and we started dating. So that was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Good story.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you guys drove up into the mountains. You got super fucked up.
Yeah, and really
Yeah, super
cheap
fucking-
whiskey.
Mm.
It was super gross.
It was wading.
So it goes.
Wading in the hills.
Yeah.
It is Mountain Rage.
If you start like a folk band or something like that, you should call yourself Wading in the Hills.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's
All right, you guys thought of your drunk stories?
Yeah.
yeah.
Gonna tell you.
Yeah, I think about it every day of my life.
This microphone's a little bit quieter than the other one, so keep it just a little like closer.
Hello.
Romance
You
it.
can sit down here. Oh no!
All right,
come
so
on in.
my drunk story.
The podcucks are leaving. The official cucks.
We are the new
So this one you gotta hold
Popping-
like fist
popping
away.
more cucks.
Fist away.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so I'm in a band, and we went down to Vegas to play
I'm in a
Battle of
band.
the bands at the Hard Rock.
Oh, good God.
Uh,
And-
I was there for this.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was my wing.
mm.
No.
Anyway, I never tried.
That was not the plan at all.
Just setting the record straight.
If you want to still awkwardly be in the shot, you can turn that chair around.
I had never tried Four Loko before.
You just have to like.
And we
pull
stopped
it a
at the
little
Indian
bit and stare
reservation
directly
store
at
like
me.
Wait.
before you go.
Hold
into
on 1
Vegas.
second.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, now start. Sorry.
Now we
So, for Loco.
Yeah, I never tried it before. I'm always
Oh,
seeing
God.
like, memes and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's gotta be cool, right?
Yeah.
And it had grape flavor, and if you know me,
Yeah, grape drink.
obviously
Yeah.
purple drink.
Always.
So I
Yeah.
got 2 of those, and we got like a half gallon of Jack Daniels, and had a bunch of weed. And just-
That was
it
Jeff's
gonna be
idea,
a good
huh?
time. Yeah.
The Jack Daniels,
Jack.
always.
Mhm.
It's always
Okay.
Jeff.
I see.
So we're staying at the Hard Rock.
He's got it tattooed on him, so I
I
feel like
know.
I feel like it's almost like a bag of holding that's tattooed into his leg that just holds Jack Daniels, and whenever he needs Jack Daniels, he just pulls it out.
Or it's just like his health bar, his human health bar.
Yeah.
The lower the bottle goes, she's like, "Oh shit, I need to, yeah,
Jeff is not okay.
I need a heal right now."
Yeah, I need a potion.
So we're gonna play the show at the Hard Rock, not the hotel, but like the cafe itself, which we
That's-
find out the
Which-
2 are unaffiliated.
Yeah,
Oh.
completely.
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
They're in the same parking lot. They're both named Hard Rock,
Oh,
but
the
they are
disappointment.
completely unaffiliated.
And when we were like, oh, we have to pay to stay at the Hard Rock.
The lawsuit's been tied up in courts for years.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, we still got the free housing at Hard Rock.
No, we paid for it.
No, we got it for free.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty positive.
I'm pretty sure we paid for it. But
Or was it free for you, Daniel?
anyway, we'll find
It
out.
may have just been free for me.
That is true.
You're cool. You can come in.
So we start like
You're the
pre-gaming
guitarist. Fuck
before the
it.
show.
We need you.
Like I have, a
guitarist.
few shots, and
Leads.
then I decide to crack open the Four Loko. And I down that.
Was it just one for Loco?
Yeah, just the
Okay.
one, but also like
But-
several shots of Jack Daniels.
As you do.
And
lots
we're
of
feeling
Jack
good
Daniels.
to play the show. Like, I did a lot better than I thought I would. And then after the show...
I did terrible.
After
okay.
the show, we decided to go walk the strip because Daniel had never been, and we decided to do that.
Pause.
That's like
Gotta reset the cameras real quick.
It's my first Vegas trip.
that's Jeff's stomping ground, so I'm sure that was a fun time.
I love like how you're just sitting in the chair over there. You look like a doctor, and this is like an intervention.
Don't drink.
Yes, and then how did you feel after the Four Loko?
Oh,
You need to have like the author's pose, like on the back of the book, like.
honestly. But anyway, we decided to go.
Yes.
And before we did that, I drank the other Four Loko, had more shots, smoked more weed, and this guy staying in the room next to us, like, could obviously smell the weed we were smoking or whatever.
We were smoking it on the balcony, and he was chilling on his balcony, and just wafted right over.
So
He
he's
could
one of
see we
those-
were having a good time.
He's one of those guys in Vegas that just like attaches himself to you, you know, and he decides to follow us to the strip. At
Okay.
this point, I'm still recollecting things, but I'm like,
Well, and it kind of worked out for us because we didn't have like
Slide over.
we didn't have him. We didn't really have the money to like take a taxi to the strip,
Uh-huh.
and he ended up actually paying for it and
that's
getting
nice.
us there.
and then we ditched his ass.
Yeah, we did. He was a weirdo. He was.
I
Like,
understand.
So we get to the strip, and I'm gone at this point, and
so drunk.
so fucking drunk. And we go like our separate ways. Like I go off with Daniel, and the rest of the band goes off on their own. And we come across these two chicks that are there, just like, you know, visiting Vegas as you do. And Daniel's
Just
like,
two chicks. As you do in Vegas.
As you do.
Chicks.
Two chicks, two dudes, you know.
Yeah, you had to get rid of the feral
I don't
Vegas
know.
guy. There was only 3 chicks.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were like, you were kind of hitting on the one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there
And
was.
then she had like a bigger lady friend there with her. And
Dustin was all over her.
This is
pulling
fine.
Daniel aside, and I'm like, dude, if you need me to slay a dragon tonight, I can do that for you.
Like straight up. I got throwing that in there as often as he could. And we're walking down the strip later, and he's just screaming because, like, we obviously didn't hook up with them. We left, and they went their way. And Dustin's just walking down the strip, and he's just like, I wanted to slay the dragon! Just yelling at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, I no recollection. Like, so we meet back up with the rest of the band, and I'm like, I don't know if you can get more blackout drunk, but I did.
You can, yes.
Can.
Four
I
Loko makes
start
that possible.
smoking cigarettes,
Yes.
As you do in Vegas.
That's what the 4 is for.
You can wherever.
Like every time I smoke a cigarette close to somebody, I'm like constantly leaning in forward, and so I keep burning Justin the bases with the cigarette on the back.
Oh, Justin. Oh, I bet he was
I
pissed
did
at
that,
you.
Probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh, everybody was upset with
And he
Dustin
was
on this
like,
trip.
Oh.
We all laughed about it the next day.
That's
But
He's like, you need to rein it in. And it's all up in my face, all serious. So I'm like, okay. And so I walk off, and my idea, apparently, of reining it in is going to the bar and getting an adios motherfucker.
Oh,
And
good.
doing that. And then I went back to the room, and I don't remember much else from that night.
you punched me.
You.
Somebody remembers.
I did. He was like trying to get me to calm down or something.
Just trying to get you to calm down. He was storming off after, I think it was after Justin like got in your face, was telling you to chill out, or it was Jeff or Alex, one of them. Everybody got on your case.
He still wanted the dragon fire.
Yeah.
He's looking for the dragon fire.
Yep. And it was not appeased, so like he was raging, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was one of those mornings where you wake up and it's like, do you want to hear what you did last night?
Yeah.
No.
But, yeah, that's probably my craziest, most drunkest.
That's
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's what you chose to yell on the strip. There are way worse things to be yelling on the strip, so that's good.
You didn't ruin it. It showed me exactly what Vegas is. Now I know what to expect every time I go to Vegas. Yeah, exactly.
That is true. Man.
I mean, what can you expect with Four Loko? Anytime like anybody offers me a Four Loko, I'm just like, well, I guess you don't want me to sleep in a bed tonight. At some point.
Are we really doing this to ourselves tonight? All right.
Magic shit, man. I don't know. It's like polymorph spell in a can.
Nice.
Come on, raging animal.
Yeah.
What's your drunk story, Daniel?
Oh shit, man. There's so many. There are a lot of them.
Well, what one would you consider the most like fucked up, like where it got pretty bad for you?
I was living in Salt Lake on 600 South, right next to Trolley Square, and I'd been living there with my friend August for about a month or two at that time, I think. And I had been hanging out with this girl, and she was really cute, and we were getting closer and hanging out more, and I was just like, hell yeah, this is going really good. And we decided to drink and party over the weekend, and we hadn't drank with each other yet, and we're like, this is gonna be great. And I was nervous, so I was drinking heavily, more heavily than usual for the time, and like the night went pretty well, and she was gonna stay over, and we were laying in bed at the end of the night making out, and I passed out. I don't know what happened, but I don't know what happened, but I wake up in the bathroom, and my head is stuck between the toilet and the wall. And I wake up to Leandra and August coming in, my roommates, and they're like, Daniel, we need you to move. And I'm so drunk, it's so hungover that I can't do anything. I'm like, I can't move. I can't do anything right now. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to pee over you. And they straight up like,
girl is gonna pee over you?
Yeah, man, like she straight up like sat on the toilet, and I couldn't see anything. My face was like literally just right in the wall, like nose to wall. Back of my head to the bottom of the toilet.
Yeah, I respect her. That's terrible.
And it was Dustin seen that bathroom. It wasn't very clean.
Sounds
and
not okay.
It was a really small bathroom. But after this, I finally get my bearing, and I'm able to get out of there. And I go and ask my roommates what happened, and Leandra just looks at me, and it was her friend that I was getting sweet on. She just kind of looks at me, and I could see this look in her eye of like, it's not going to happen, bro. Like, you fucked up. And I'm like, oh shit, no, like what happened? And she's like, just go to your room. And I go to my room, and there is vomit all over my bed and on my floor. And just to give you a little insight of what that what all that was, is the day before we went to Hooters. And I'd never been to Hooters before. And they have fried pickles and fried jalapenos. And I love fried stuff. So that's pretty much all I had in my stomach. So it was just fried pickles and fried jalapenos. And I guess while we were making out, I vomited right in her face.
Nice.
And I guess she had told Leandra how it had gotten in her mouth, up her nose, fucking in her hair, just everywhere, that you don't want somebody else's vomit.
Yeah, I would never talk to you again.
Yeah, she never did. I messaged her.
Good.
I was like, I am so sorry. I sent this huge long text of just... it was so sorrowful.
The worst moment of my life.
I felt so terrible, and she never messaged me back. I never saw her again.
That seems fair.
Yeah, definitely. I don't blame her. I was really sad at the time because she was a really cool girl, but you know, that's
boy,
that's what alcohol will do.
Boy,
yeah,
boys and girls.
Is how it do.
But Those fried pickles and fried jalapenos. I mean, Hooters, 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
That smelled.
I feel.
Oh, it smelled so bad when I walked in there the next morning. Like I could smell it before I could see it, and I was hungover, and so it made me want to vomit even more.
I think at that point I'll just wrap everything up in a ball. It's like, this is garbage now.
That's what I did. I took all my old sheets and like the pillows, and I was like, nope, don't need these anymore. They're gone. I chucked them. Went and got some more.
You said I could smell it before I see it, and it just made me think, what would it be like if you could only smell what you see?
Thanks,
That would be wild. But that would be kind of cool too, because like you'd get to smell things based off of your sight. So like you could look across the room at some strawberries and you'd be able to just smell that.
Well, could you imagine if like your town got invaded and you were looking the wrong direction, that a bomb dropped or something like that, and you just don't smell like burning bodies or fires or anything like that?
I like how that's your main concern with this hypothetical.
I know, I'm like, dude, strawberries from across the room, and you're like, nah, dude, burning bodies from across the city.
God, like, yeah, we're talking like grocery market strawberries. Brett's thinking about apocalypse now shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was beautiful.
That'd be interesting though. It'd be great for like if something smells bad, you just close your eyes, just like
oh, that's better. All right.
Is it gone?
Yeah. Is it still there? Okay.
that would be bad though, because people could get their asses really close to you without you knowing.
That's weird.
Yeah. And it'd be so hard because could you imagine going to Walmart and just seeing all the people and also smelling them?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why have you done this?
I mean, like, yeah.
I wonder when I'm walking through Walmart. I wonder why I can't smell those people better than I do. Like
it smells like shit in there already.
Yeah, that's true. It's like maybe
ventilation
the
is
whole
just kicked up so high that it's
maybe to like
circulating so fast.
To prevent that, they like drop a little bit of like some ass smelling powder or something in their AC. Like, all right, gotta kick up the store.
I'm just like imagining Brett walking to Walmart like Unforgivable and just going up to random like ladies purchasing skirts and just being like, what does that smell like?
That's terrible.
Can I smell your dress, madam?
That would be interesting, though.
That would be really interesting.
I can't believe you puked in like up a girl's nose.
Yeah, man. And that's just one of the many.
Well, wait, whoa. It went up her nose?
Yeah.
Wait,
So
but she was facing you.
Yeah, we were making out, and
it had to project hard enough off of her face that it went up.
Dude,
technically you almost drowned her.
Yeah, like I could see like the spray, and like you could tell that it was just a very violent projectile.
Exorcist puke.
It just, and like you could see that it like bounced off her face, went around, and then you could see that like where it had reached the floor and almost to the wall. Like, it was bad.
I hope like
yeah.
I hope that like in the moment it happened, time just slowed down and like Lux Eterna was playing in the background, or like some kind of symphony like was playing.
Yeah. She's feeling all romantic, looking into my eyes. I'm just like
just slow motion, just opening the mouth and just
while we got you on camera, you gotta treat us with that sexy voice. What's
the diamond in the rough one?
Yeah.
You gotta show people how low you go, and then like do some anime like Nani.
Nani. Konbanwa.
Oh my god, dude! You could have like go talk to Funimation and ask a dubber or something.
Let's see.
How low can you go? I shall slaughter the souls of the innocent and consume them for my own.
Hell yeah! I'd let you read it. Yeah. I'd let you read a Denny's menu to me any day.
Oh yeah.
Hayden, what's the name of that guy? You searched him. I can't remember. The Hallelujah dude.
Oh, no.
Fucking damn it, Hayden! You ruined everything. Leonard Cohen.
Oh, Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen.
Not Scott.
Oh, that.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the Shrek song.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Most covered song of all time.
I know, it has like so many
Yeah.
covers to it.
Yeah.
Blackbird?
That too.
And in fact, I know.
Like probably all the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beatles get covered all the time.
Yep.
Unpopular opinion, Beatles suck.
Oh,
I'm not
damn.
a big fan either. It was
So not
definitely
they
a product
suck,
of the
but-
time.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much credit.
Damn, this podcast just got edgy.
Next time, Emily fights Daniel to the death for the Beatles.
Right? Or Amy.
Oh God. Oh, you poor fuck.
Uh,
I was gonna say like my favorite like things and like
Totally texted me and shit recently.
That bitch.
no,
What a hoe.
yeah, I was gonna say like my favorite thing in like animes like before they're dubbed is just like when the female like debutante or like of any anime movie just has that moment where she goes.
That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Me and Nate practice to it to each other all the time when we're drunk.
Oh.
It's a very confusing time.
Nate is Greg's husband.
I see.
Nate is a cool
That's
dude.
so awesome.
It's like usually like when she's like getting turned down by like the guy she's chasing, her senpai, or
Yeah.
the senpai just like backhands her or is about to backhand her. Just,
All right. So let's see if you can do this. Excuse me, coming through. Can you go as low as Leonard Cohen in this song? I'll play this for you guys real quick. Ooh. We're listening to this on the way.
I'm ready, my lord.
Can you do that?
Oh, that's a thing
like-
that I don't like.
it's like Tom Waits looked through a bass pedal.
Yeah.
That's so low.
Oof.
Can you go that low?
Hey, baby.
No.
Actually, you're pretty close.
Yeah,
You're actually right there. Holy
It's
shit!
touching there.
You could be the next Leonard Cohen.
Yeah.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, Albert.
That was the hotness.
Yeah.
I'm more used to going higher with my voice, so going low and dropping it is new.
Well, I've heard you sing, and like you sing stupid high. Like I didn't know you could go that low.
Yeah, like
that's
I'm
crazy.
I'm usually like way up here, and like recently I've been trying to like see what's down here. So I guess it's paying off.
Wow.
We are the most mature people in the world.
Yeah, you know, I mean, in both ways.
Huh.
Yeah.
See what's down here.
See what's
Good.
down here. Been up here, you know.
Up here.
Good
Been up
luck.
here.
See what's down.
It's not bad to take your time.
Yeah, you know. Take your time, enjoy yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was Derek and Daniel.
Dustin.
Dustin. I just met you.
It's all good.
We
man.
could
I
edit
took your
that
name
in
right
post,
a
it's
lot.
fine.
I don't know why I did. You got the D. I always get the D.
Oh.
Oh, I bet you do.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Thank
Thanks
you for
having
sharing
us.
your very personal vomity stories.
Yeah, that.
I figured the puke story would be the best one because vomit is always associated with alcohol, I feel.
That's fair.
Just about.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Even if it's not you vomiting, like, it's gonna happen.
It's true.
There's gonna be vomit
Yeah.
sometimes.
I like sometimes I'll just intentionally vomit. Like I'm like, yeah, spins or I'm feeling some spins. I don't know.
I have also done that. Yeah.
Take it up a notch and start vomiting.
It's almost midnight. You know what? I really need to pick me up. I'm just gonna go.
This party's lame.
All right.
You're just sad and alone. I need some attention.
This is the party! This is great! best years of my life.
I like how ominous you said there will be vomit. Like it's a Cormac McCarthy novel or some shit like that. Yeah, there will be vomit.
There will be vomit.
Like a small like Central American village all drinks like Four Locos and like a priest just massacres them all and vomit.
All right.
God.
Let's pass this off.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That was fun.
Watching out for cable.
We just get a good look at my ass right now.
Ooh,
Oh.
damn! Look at that ass.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta have like those like still images for the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So.
The thumbnail. That clickbait.
Just my ass, that is all.
Awesome.
You wouldn't believe what he did with his ass with like a red circle and an arrow pointing somewhere.
Yeah. It's all in caps.
I can do all of that. In fact, while we're talking about it right now, we'll most likely be flashing next to one of our faces or something.
Yeah,
Perfect.
That laugh.
It's like this like
I've decided do
There's
I think
some laughs
it
that people do where you're like, you can tell that really brought them joy. Like,
it did. I liked that.
That was like a teenager miscreant
I
laugh.
can laugh really good, but then there's just some particular laughs that are like, I like that. It's like you yourself are comprehending in this moment how much you enjoy it while you're laughing. Oh, all right. Well, this is going to be a long podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not too terrible. We're at an hour and 16.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We talk so much.
We do
I
talk
mean,
so
it is a
much.
podcast, so it's a good thing.
That. Oh wow.
It is a key factor.
Yeah.
Talking. Although we got videos,
This-
so we could try and like be super like artistic, and I'll just stand here for an hour, staring at each other. Make it all great.
Art.
That we'd get so many hipsters into the podcast that way. It's like, dude, it's just revolutionary.
Art.
Oh my god, we all just sit here staring at it. Wait, let's simulate this. Greg,
Yo.
get forward. Get leaning forward.
And what we're gonna do is we're all gonna stare at each other and leave ample amounts. I'm already laughing just thinking about it. Leave ample amounts of silence, and when you get an inspiration for a word that just really speaks to you, just calmly while looking in the eyes of your friend, say it.
Okay. I thought we were gonna be sitting in silence. I was like, oh, we're gonna be covering John Cage right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's we're gonna begin the artistic thing. Apples.
Oranges.
Tar.
I'm sorry, there's so much tension in your
Didn't make it very far.
Slinky beans.
Robot.
There was so much spit on
That's-
just made like the floor is caked.
Those are some
Sorry.
wet slinky beans. Fleeky beans.
Okay, continue.
Mannequins.
Hayden's password.
Mannequins?
Ooh.
I mean, it's not.
Definitely not.
Not anymore.
No.
By the time you have seen this, it's
Password to
no
what,
longer.
Password to what?
Nothing.
Well, no, I don't have a password on my computer anymore.
Oh, you're right.
Fucking liar.
Yeah. My next word after that was gonna be identity theft.
Okay, one more round. Let's see how long we can do this for.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this art. This is the best.
Yeah, this is artistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Cast iron.
Wedges.
I just really hate doing the dishes.
Preach.
God damn it.
Greg wears housewife gloves when he does the dishes.
Can I see?
The water gets really hot.
Or is it?
I'm a sensitive boy.
Ouchie.
Clams.
Ouchie clams.
Casino water.
Processing.
Same. Gross.
Trouser chug.
What?
Why? Why?
What is that?
Don't question the artist or his methods.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is art.
Yeah, installment took 4 days for this.
Sounds like it's still working a little bit. Oh, man, this is actually surprisingly entertaining. I guess we're gonna go another round.
Okay.
Acid dreams.
Corner bits.
What?
Corner bits.
Fucking IKEA.
Preach.
Fucking in IKEA.
500 Days of Summer.
Nice.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Babe.
Pig.
You're wrong.
There was a pig named Babe.
That'll do, pig.
Oh.
Really? You never seen Babe the Pig?
No, I have.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is smoked. Don't
Okay,
worry.
thank you.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have to fight you right here on this table.
I was like, wow, you never seen Babe the Pig? It's
Nope.
Oh,
like,
man.
it's like, yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to culture my girlfriend after this.
Still thinking about Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That I remember I would watch Balto all the time, and a Babe commercial was on the beginning of the VHS of Balto. And I watched that shit. I remember that too.
Balto is sad.
Balto's fucked.
Those VHS commercials were like really awesome. Like the
And now,
yeah, I remember.
coming soon.
I remember like for the VHS like copy of like Dr. Dolittle, like the one with Eddie Murphy, there was like a national like health like advertisement where it just shows like a bunch of like teenagers, these portly teenagers like pigging out on chocolate cakes all throughout their house. Like they're doing shit like putting them in blenders and like drinking it and like playing like chess or checkers with them, like all these like ding dongs. And like what the fuck is going on? And it's just like, and it says something like you got to treat yourself right, like, you know, like the national health, like, you know, for youth health or like some shit like that. I was like, what? Okay.
It's like those. Every VHS had them, like you wouldn't steal a car or whatever.
You wouldn't download a car.
Yeah, you wouldn't download a car.
Yeah.
Show some guy with a thing.
The fuck I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That was great.
The future we need.
Did you guys ever watch How I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, as a kid, I dreamed about being shrunken into the grass and making friends with ants.
Yep.
All the fucking time. I just thought that was so fucking
But
cool.
then you gotta fight the scorpion.
Oh, I totally forgot about the scorpion.
Yeah.
Oh, and then your ant dies.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
still the scorpion.
I always dreamed about just like getting shrunk and getting like all lousy and balls deep in a sandwich cookie.
That was another part of it, yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's right. I totally forgot
Taking
about that.
chunks of that
Yeah.
cookies and cream.
They could have just killed themselves right then and there. That like cookie was the size of a house.
Yeah, dude, that fucking. Oh my god, yeah. Can you imagine the amount of sugar they just intook?
Yeah.
Intaken?
Intook, yeah. You know, like they all had.
It's like instant diabetes.
Diabetes.
You know, like all them kids had tiny diarrhea that night.
Oh my god, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, can you imagine how intense? Because he mows the lawn. Can you imagine the smell of fresh cut grass at that size? I wonder. Well, actually, would smell be more intense if you're smaller?
Probably. Like I know.
Because like grass gets cut and you can smell it like inside around the corner, like and around a boob.
True.
Around a boob. I mean,
Around a
you're
boob.
not wrong.
I'm sorry, I just pictured somebody like poking his head around a boob. Like grass. Like, I don't smell it.
Oh damn, he's mowing the lawn. Look at that.
But yeah, I imagine that would be crazy. Oh, but that part was awesome too when they're like sitting there holding on to the branch being sucked up. Oh, we would
Or the
do
branch, or like they're on the bee.
Or
Like
they were
they're.
on, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need to
You
watch
went on
that
an
show.
adventure, yeah.
that show's
Yeah,
fucking
there's-
awesome. And then there was I blew the baby.
Oh man!
When it blew up the baby.
Yes, it was. It definitely
There is
was.
one very important word
I
you
feel like
omitted
I
out of
wasn't the only
there.
one to make that mistake before the movie was named. Like somebody in that office when they were writing that had to been like, "Honey, I blew the baby."
Yeah.
Somebody's like,
I'd like to reinsert.
Maybe not
blew
say
up.
that.
Like,
that
do
doesn't even make sense. Like you're not destroying the baby, you're making it bigger.
it's a good time for me to reassert my platform that I'm running on for president, which is curb stomp your local pedophile.
Yes, I agree.
Cool.
Free dental work for pedophiles.
Oh yes, Haley got her jacket. Hey, give us some politics.
Oh,
Why should we vote for you in 2020?
well, I have a very cool jacket.
Oh fuck yeah!
Very nice.
That was very nice.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Does.
Be nice to gay people and eat your vegetables.
I'm laughing, but that's actually really nice. It was unexpected how helpful it would be.
Don't harass your spouses because of dishwashing attire.
I'm not harassing
Okay,
you.
okay, Greg, like, this is about her.
I
If
know.
you want to do your little passive aggressive side punching bullshit,
I just want you to know.
just support
I don't
her.
love you despite your gloves. I love you for your gloves.
Every time I wash the dishes, I feel like Dexter's mom from like Dexter's Laboratory.
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm role playing right now.
Well, you're a great housewife, Karen, and I love you dearly.
It's beautiful. It's good to have support when you're like running and doing all this stuff. How have you been handling her going and petitioning at so many states as of late?
Oh, it fucking rules. Like I just pretty much just like I just like sit at home and just like game online, just like pwn noobs all day. Every once in a while I'll get up and like grab a snack, sometimes eat a cheesecake with my bare hands. No one's gonna know. No one's watching me except for the dog.
The dog has lots of
I
secrets.
realized how much I wanted to experience that till you just said it.
Yeah, it's a very good experience. It's
Eating
gratifying.
a raw, well not raw.
No, not raw.
Eating
No.
a cheesecake with your hands.
It feels
Raw
raw,
dog
it
in
feels
that
gritty.
cheesecake.
Yeah,
It's like
oh my god, that actually
Hey.
sounds great.
Just
Guess what?
returning to nature.
We can do that on our way home.
No, I'm on my diet. We gotta wait till
Oh, now you're backing out.
There is cheesecake in our refrigerator.
You only have to wait.
Like I think that the best method to do it is just get completely naked and just eat it with your hands, just like how it's supposed to be in the jungle.
Even like squat down, you know? You don't need a table.
back in the primal era. Cheesecake.
In the young bird,
Cheesecake.
thus the young bird came upon a cache of cheesecake. It looks like it's his lucky day.
this is enough to stalk him up.
Oh my god, I feel like we should like make a short of this. Or something. You guys got some
It's
great trees
possible.
out here. We can just get some.
Oh yeah, tons of
Just
beautiful
get you a
trees.
loincloth, you know?
Yeah, we just need a loincloth.
Yeah, just a very sheer loincloth.
You got this image of like a big cheesecake, and you buy those little mini cheesecakes. Now it's a family of cheesecakes.
Just
I
like
have-
cheesecake seeds.
I have a sarong. It's not really a loincloth, but it's
sarong?
cute. Yeah,
What's so wrong?
a sarong.
Uh,
Okay.
No, I'm serious. What is that?
She's
Okay.
trying to say song. She's having a stroke.
Shut
It's fine.
This happens all the time.
Strong.
You can't
Strong.
wear a song.
A sarong is just like a little sheer fabric that you tie around your waist when you're wearing a bathing suit. It's like a little skirt
Oh yeah, I know
that's tied
exactly
on the
what
side.
you're talking about. Gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah, use that.
Esmeralda doohickey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could wear that
Yeah.
while he eats cheesecake in the yard.
Yeah, you could do that. Was it Esmeralda?
You would
That
look
could-
great.
Yeah.
I would like that.
I just think about
And now because I said Esmeralda, I picture you having like a little rattle.
I was picturing like Halle Berry, but yeah, sure.
I think you're cuter than Halle Berry.
Like freaking Bond era Halle Berry.
You're a Halle Berry.
Let's get it.
I gotta get it. I gotta get lousy. I gotta get sexy and lousy for cheesecake. It's just gonna look like a freaking like ad for Philadelphia cream cheese. Like my just like hairy chest just like hanging out. I'm just like just smashing it in my face. Just going to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
all the
Sounds like a
things
party
that
I
I
wanna
am
go to.
about.
Basically, you smashing anything in your face just sounds great.
Yeah. Not pasta though. Pasta gets slippery. Bees. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, back to the bee sex. Just spread the hams and put in the bees.
Woof.
Okay, well, this has turned into a very long podcast.
Yes.
An hour and a half, and we've only got 2 minutes on the camera, so I think we'll do our outro. Thank you guys. It was actually really fun.
Yeah,
Totally
it was a good time.
You are welcome.
That was a blast.
And thanks to our guests.
Yes. Thank
Yay!
you for one final shot.
I want to use this remaining time to plug my book really quick. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, we all got to do the cuck off. You guys know the cuck off?
We do not.
We do cuck off?
No.
Yeah. So we
I
all-
see.
We
So
didn't
the
even cuck on.
so
So do we clap and say cuck off?
Or cuck off and then 2 claps.
Okay.
so the cuck off is connected to a clapper.
Yes. Cuck on, cuck on.
The cuckers.
All right, thanks for everybody who watched, and thank you guys all for joining. Cuck off!
2 minute claps.